Well, would you look at that? We made it. So Father's Day, we were wicked productive. We hauled a total of 30 loads of gravel, and that brought us down the rest of the way to the driveway. Dad jumped on the old Ford with the landscape rake, smoothed everything out pretty well with that, pulled some of the big rocks aside, smooth the driveway. Not perfect, but passable. So as you can see, the driveway is now completed to length enough to drive a car in, which is awesome. And it's fun. I've driven it like 2-3 times a day just the last couple days here just for the fun of it because I can. It feels a lot different in a car than a tractor, so it feels a lot more fun or real. I guess it feels more real, I guess. So I've been experiencing that. The driveway's not done. We still need to lower a grade in one portion or move it over to a lower grade. We need to replace a culvert. Means taking out another couple of trees down at the bottom. So there's still more work to do on the driveway. There's more work to do up here as well. I need to expand that parking area a little bit so we can just pull in and then back out and leave instead of doing like a 4-point turn. And I want to expand it a little bit so it's easier for, you know, 4 or 6 cars or trailers or, you know, big trucks. Right now I've just brought in the Civic so far. So I need to expand the parking area a little bit more, as well as it's kind of thin up here in the corner, so I need to build that up a little bit. And down by the culvert, I need to build that up a little bit as well, give it some more support. The land is kind of on a slope in the middle of the driveway, so we had to build up one side, and when building up one side, it caused, you know, this side to be just barely covering the fabric, and this side to be like 2 feet deep. So because that's 2 feet deep, there's not much support there, so we kind of have to make it wider so the driving path is fully supported, or that gravel just kind of squishes down out of the way. And we just got some really heavy thunderstorms last night and this morning, and that definitely helped pack stuff down. It also tested my current drainage, which I haven't really ditched anything yet because I just barely hauled in all the gravel. So I was a little nervous, hoping nothing would wash out, but the good news is everything kind of just pooled on the side of the driveway like I thought it would. There's no major streams. The brook down at the bottom, close to the road, was up to the edge, which means that was a pretty heavy thunderstorm and dropped a lot of water. But meanwhile, my ditches, or lack of ditches up here, the waterways up here, didn't really have that much water in them. So that means the ditches up here that I am gonna put in will mostly be for the spring melt off of snow and not for the everyday rainstorm. So what needs to happen next on this build project? I gotta build up the driveway a little bit more to make it more stable. We gotta make those improvements, you know, with the grade and the culvert like I previously mentioned. And then shortly after that, or at the same time as that, next comes in power. I plan to install the power myself. We plan to go underground, which means I've got to dig a trench all the way from that last pole to here. I may rent a mini excavator. I'll probably give it a try with the backhoe first and see how much I can do from there. The thing is, some spots are narrow next to the driveway where I want to put it. I'm not sure that the backhoe can reach down in there like I want it to, versus a mini excavator would just work better, you know, working sideways, crawling down the driveway on tracks, and it does better in rough terrain than a wheeled vehicle. So I might investigate that approach. I'm not really sure yet how I'm gonna do that, but it's about 700 feet long and it needs to be 4 feet deep, and I'm gonna go parallel to the driveway with the power line. But I really want to get that power line in before the foundation, because shortly after the foundation comes building, and our contractor says he does not want to work off generators, and I don't blame him. So I've got to build up the driveway a little bit more before heavier equipment comes in. I've got to get the power trench dug, and we also have a bunch of legal paperwork type stuff. We've got the actual land transaction and the subdivision finalization to go through. I've got the building permit to work through. I've got the final site plan to work through. And then we've got like the power easements and stuff before that can actually be installed. So we've got a bunch of paperwork jargon that's gonna happen during the month of July. So it's now the end of June. We'll work through that paperwork stuff throughout the month of July, and hopefully everything will be lined up, ready to go first part of August. So we're making progress. Vlogs might get a little spaced out this next month because there won't be as much exciting happening on the land. But I'm sure I'll shoot here or there, especially digging a trench and whatnot. I'll keep you guys updated for sure. But lots more is gonna happen this fall. That's all for this update. Thought I'd share the exciting news that I can now actually get to my site. So that's all the rambling for today. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you later.